everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca and today we are doing a 1+ year later houseplant unboxing review to tell you where these plants are now and how it went after I unboxed them. So this video was posted in May of 2021, so it has been actually a year and a half since this video was posted. I'm gonna venture to say closer to 2 years, but you know, a year and a half. We'll keep it safe there. This video is also sponsored by Casetify, but we'll talk about them a little bit later. All right, let's check out the first plant that we unbox. Ooh, but she is so pretty. Okay, so it's a Scindapsus pictus, just a regular one. It is so pretty. I can tell that it's a lot of rooted cuttings all put in here, which is usually what these things are. Very, very full. Like there's a lot of vines in here. Okay, to be honest with you, I do not remember the journey of this plant like at all. I feel like this was one of those purchases that I made because I know that I like Scindapsus and I just don't know why I bought it other than that. Like I just maybe wanted another pot of Scindapsus. I do have an exotica that is doing really well. It's very thirsty right now. She needs some TLC, but all in all, she's doing really well. But that is the only Scindapsus that I've ever had good luck with because I just had to throw out a Moonlight. I've had the completely black version. I don't remember what it's called. Midnight? No, it's not Midnight. I'm not giving myself enough credit. I do have another regular green one that I bought at an in-person store. So I feel like the theme here is anytime I order a Scindapsus online, it really doesn't do very well because, well, this Scindapsus pictus, let's say, because I have ordered a Scindapsus pictus Silvery Ann from online before and it did not do very well. And then now this one from Tennessee Tropicals didn't do very well. And I'm actually really surprised this one didn't do well because I usually have pretty good luck from Tennessee Tropicals, but to be honest, I don't remember what happened to it. And now that I think about it, I don't even think that I mentioned this in a plant funeral video or anything like that. It was that unremarkable of a plant death that I do not remember anything about it, which I want to avoid having plant purchases like that in the future because I want each plant purchase to feel very special and for each loss to really have an impact on me that I remember so I can like learn something from it. But you know, as much as I want that, not every plant is gonna have that big of an effect on me. And I guess this one didn't, but it was very beautiful and full. And I'm sad that I don't have it anymore because I would love to. I have room for it on the wall now, but I have no idea what happened to it. Is the long and short of it all. Ooh, so cool. It's a Fernleaf cactus. It looks so cute. It definitely looks like it's been a little folded, but that's also normal when you buy plants online. Okay, this Fernleaf cactus is a star. She looks so good. It hasn't grown as much as I think that I had hoped, but it definitely has put on some growth. I think that it's super thirsty right now as well, so let's like forgive me for that. I haven't watered the very top row of my plant wall yet, so this one lives at the very top row, right underneath the sunlight. I always forget what those things are called. Skylight. It lives right underneath the skylight, so you can see that it kind of has been like reaching up and then it came cascading back down. But I feel really good about this plant. Like it has a lot of new growth points and you can see that it's put off this little babe. But yeah, it did take a while for it to start growing, I will say. There was probably a good 6 months to a year that it really didn't do anything, which was fine because it still looked really good. And with a plant like this, it looks so unique that it doesn't really bother me that it didn't do much for a while because I knew that when it started to grow, it would really take off, which is pretty much what happened. So it's been doing really, really good. I think that if I had it on a little bit more of a regular watering schedule, it would be a lot happier with me. But being that it is at the very top of my plant wall, it does tend to get just a little bit neglected, which is unfortunate, I know, but that just kind of is how it happens. I might consider shifting this plant down a little bit so that it can get a little bit more attention because now that I'm holding it, I'm remembering like how much I really love this plant, which is why I love doing videos like this and like showcasing certain plants in my videos, because it reminds me how cool some of my plants are. Because I tend to fixate on certain plants that are like in my eye line for a long time, and then if it's not in my direct eye line, I kind of forget about it. So if you find yourself doing that and like falling into that habit, a good thing to do is to rearrange your collection often so that you're seeing new things all the time. And it kind of also curbs your need to keep buying more plants. So I'm definitely going to put this in a more accessible place where I can see it, probably down here on this like first row, because those are the ones that I can see super well. Maybe I'll even put it directly behind me on this hook so that you can see it in my videos. I don't know. I like having something hanging right here, but everything that I've put there, it's been a little bit too dark for them. So I don't really know what I'm gonna put there, but I would like to put something that kind of cascades more right here, because I don't really like that there's this empty white spot behind me every time I film. I don't know. Just behind the scenes things. But anyway, she's really happy, and this is actually the same pot that I repotted it in that video, and it doesn't look like it needs any uppotting or anything like that. It'll definitely need some new soil put in the top. Come springtime, sometimes that happens, like the soil will start to compact a little bit, and you just need to refill it. That'll also help with getting it some new nutrients and stuff like that. But since it has been in this pot for a couple of years, it's just something to think about. If you don't necessarily need to repot it yet, but maybe just top up the soil and give it some extra boost of love and nutrients. Love and nutrients, wow. That's cute. Thank you so much to Casetify for sponsoring this video. Casetify is my favorite place to buy phone cases. And if you don't know who they are the world's most popular tech accessory brand, known for their protective cases and global collaborations. Casetify collaborates with over 300 artists across the globe to bring forth a diverse community of artists who bring us really beautiful phone cases like this one right here, and also like this one right here. You've seen me show this one quite a bit. This is actually a new one that I got. It's a bounce case as well, which is 20% more protective. As you can see, it has these bumpers right here. It is 4 times military grade standards. This case is drop test approved up to 21.3 feet. It says on it, for the good days ahead. And it just reminds me that there are brighter days ahead, because it has been so gloomy and I need that reminder. I really do. Also on the blue theme, I have this really cute phone charm accessory. It has some blue beads, and then also, as you can see, we've got some really cute mushrooms. If you know anything about me, you know that I have been like obsessed with mushrooms lately, so that was a really fun surprise. Casetify cases are also made with 65% recycled materials, so they have a program called Casetify. So whenever you are finished with your phone cases, you get a new phone, you have no use for your old cases anymore, you can send them in and Casetify will actually repurpose them to make new phone cases. So far, there have been 51,000 cases recycled already. So if you're looking to Casetify for your next favorite phone case, you can use my link, casetify.com/plants, and you'll get 15% off your order. All right, let's get back into the video. Ooh, okay. I got a prayer plant. I know. They're so pretty. I love prayer plants. I've had one before, and it was the red band one where it had red in the leaves, obviously. This one is a lemon lime, so it's just the like green and lime green colors, and it looks okay. I would say this plant didn't ship amazingly, but it looks fine, and I know that these are pretty fast growers. Like there's a growth point right here, and it'll be totally fine. Okay, I'm sad about this one. I really am. I loved this plant. So this was my lemon lime maranta, and I did have this for quite a while. I'd say for at least a year and change. Like this one only recently died, or I just recently took it out of its misery, let's say. So it was really happy for me for a long time, and I had it in this one pot on the top shelf over here, and it was just absolutely gorgeous, and it started growing more and started to sort of like cascade a little bit, not like a lot, but just a little. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that plant would look really good on the wall. It doesn't need like super high light, so I can kind of just put it anywhere I want on the wall. And that was a really bad decision because as soon as I repotted it, it curled up and it pretty much never uncurled. There were some times when it would uncurl like directly after I watered it, but within a day or two, it would curl up again. And I think this is due to the fact that I had it in terracotta, which was a bad idea for this type of plant. Maranta, I feel, should never go in terracotta, although I do break that rule. I have a Maranta in terracotta in my kitchen right now, but she's very vocal, so I always know when she's thirsty and she always opens back up. I haven't had that many issues. But yeah, anyway, moving forward, I don't think, like as a rule for myself, I don't think that I would put any sort of Maranta in terracotta, which kind of sucks because I love terracotta a lot, as you know, as you can probably see. Well, I don't know if you can see that many pots right now, but I really do love terracotta. I think it's beautiful. And I like when all my pots have a cohesive look, because when you have a lot of plants and all of the pots are different or not even within the same color scheme, it can look really messy. That is something that I say, like within like designing your houseplant collection, is to curate your pot collection a little bit. Keep in mind that you want it to be somewhat cohesive or else it just looks really messy. With any design advice, if you like that, go for it. If you like the way all of the different pot colors look together, that's more your aesthetic, you should totally do that. But for me, with having so many plants, I wanted to keep it cohesive. So we've really got like the burnt terracotta orange, like a more muted terracotta or a white terracotta in here. And sometimes I have like a pot like this that has like plants drawn on it. This is like from a ceramicist that I follow. But typically I like to keep things in that range, is the burnt orange, light orange, and white range for my pots. And honestly, I think it looks really good together like that. So anyway, why am I on this rant with pots? Oh, because I put the plant in a pot that I should not have put it in. Yeah, in the future, I would love to buy this plant again. It's definitely one that I would rebuy, but as I said in my plant funeral video, because this one actually did make it into the plant funeral video, I would get a plant that is no smaller than a 6-inch pot, because the ones that I bought were 4-inch pots and I potted them together, which was fine, but they were still pretty small and underdeveloped. So as far as like having a lot of shoots in them. So I would want something with like quite a few plants in it, just in case like 1 or 2 of them did die, which is probably inevitable with me and Maranta. So it wouldn't be that big of an impact if 1 or 2 pieces died if there's like 10 in there. Whereas if you have like 4 pieces and 2 of them die, you can really tell. It makes a bigger impact. Look at the roots on this. I don't think you can actually see that, but they're looking really good. I'm gonna repot my Anthurium ballerina, this one, into this pot. Here, new pot, just in time to bring home the baby. Can you see her new leaf? I love it. Okay, I kept watching through the video and there's actually some bonus plants I showed at the end that I was repotting. And I wanted to show you what those plants look like now because, or at least one of them. I'm gonna continue watching to see if there's any more. But I actually put this plant in a pot, and because I needed the pot for another plant, so I did a little bit of a pot roulette situation. But it is my Anthurium ballerina, and my lens is not wide enough to really show you like the scale of this plant, but look at how big these leaves are. You can see compared to my head, like that's a really big leaf, right? So the plant was really small at that time and it really wasn't all that developed, but as you can see, the stem has really come a long way and it is becoming sort of top heavy. And I'm a little bit nervous about it now because I don't know, like if it was any other plant, I would probably like chop it around right here and start propagating it just to like get the stem to be a shorter length. But we have a lot of stem because obviously the plant has grown. It's so dirty underneath the pot and I keep touching it. And oh, okay, I thought I saw roots coming out the bottom. They're not roots. It's cocoa fiber. It keeps growing, which is great, but it has had spider mites like once or twice. So that's why we lost some leaves, but for a while it had quite a few leaves. My hands are so dirty and I'm wearing white and I don't wanna, ugh, gross, I hate dirty hands. We also have a little bit of dry damage right here from low humidity on the newest leaf that came out. It actually did try to put out a leaf right here, Like, it's the dead of winter right now. It's really, really, really dry in this plant room, and it actually just dried up and died before it came out, but it's already starting a new leaf. As you can see, it's starting something new, and I don't know how big it's going to be. I'm kind of predicting it'll be kind of small because it's starting over, but I think that it'll size up pretty quickly. So anyway, I need to get possibly a bigger stick for it because you can see the stick is really short, but I think maybe if I get a bigger stick, I won't need to chop and prop it. But would you chop and prop it, or would you get a bigger stick? I don't know. I really don't want to disturb it as much as chopping and propping it would do, but I also want to make sure that it doesn't like fall over and like snap in half, and then the decision is made for me, which I really don't like when plants do that. So tell me what you would do. And yeah, there's a little update on this big girl. She's the best. All right, friends, that is all for this update video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing some highs and lows. It definitely was not all good news today, but that is really the truth of owning houseplants. There are gonna be houseplants that you buy and you literally have no idea what happened to them. We try to keep that number of plants low. Like, as I said earlier, we wanna know what goes on with our plants and why they died so that we can remember and take lessons from them. But sometimes we're kind of like, where did it even go? I honestly don't remember. Maybe I brought it to a plant swap. Like, I literally do not remember what happened to that Scindapsus, and it really bothers me that I don't remember. Either way, if I've ever talked about it in a video and you remember, maybe let me know. If you even remember the specific video, that would be even better. But yeah, I don't remember ever even talking about it. So anyway, that is me coming clean about all the plants that have made it in this unboxing video. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing this update a year and a half later. And actually, sadly, I was looking through my video list, and I'm gonna have to really comb through and find videos to update on, because there really came a point in my plant journey where I stopped doing unboxing videos so often because I kind of just, my plant habits kind of changed. But I will be doing an unboxing video probably in the spring of some Hoyas and stuff like that. But again, I won't be able to review that for another year. So anyway, I'm gonna comb through my content because I know that you guys like this kind of stuff. Maybe I did like a shopping and haul situation and that's just not coming up with what I'm searching. Either way, I'm gonna comb through and I'm gonna figure out more videos to do an update on, because I do think it is so important to show the long term of plant ownership, like showing what plants look like years and years later. It's just really helpful to have a realistic view of what people's plants actually do look like after they've unboxed them. And it also keeps us as creators accountable, and just like in general, people accountable to not buy things that you don't really care all that much about, because having to admit that I don't know what happened to that plant is kind of embarrassing, but we've all been there, I'm sure, so it's fine. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thanks again to Casetify for sponsoring this video. Head over to their website, casetify.com/plants for 15% off.